It's time to talk about Hamilton! Hey everyone, it's Steph. I am a lover of all things books and musicals. So it just so happens that this topic is the perfect combination because we are going to be talking about a very, very popular award-winning musical, Hamilton. Maybe you've heard of it. And also talking about books that have been inspired by Hamilton or central around the Hamilton theme. Hamilton has recently been made available for streaming on Disney+. There's so much I could say about this musical with all the historical references, different rap styles for each character, its quick rise in popularity even before arriving to Broadway, the creativity of the choreography, the costumes, the lighting design, orchestrations by Alex Lacamoire, who can be seen in the pit conducting the orchestra, and Alex Lacamoire has hearing aids in both of his ears. I love seeing people with hearing impairments represented in the music field, so I'm all about it. And we have the man who created this incredible production, Lin Manuel Miranda. Since today's video is all about books that have to do with Hamilton, we're gonna go back to the book that inspired the entire musical. So Lin went on vacation. Yes, we're on a first name basis. Lin ended up taking a Hamilton biography by Ron Chernow that is over 700 pages long, and he just decided that was good reading for a vacation. And that's where he got the inspiration. While he was on vacation, reading through the story, he thought, oh my gosh, this would be perfect for a hip-hop musical. Since the musical has been written, this book has been very, very popular on the best-selling charts, and if you are a history buff, this might be a book for you to check out to get the full background story on who Hamilton was during his lifetime. Next, we have the Hamilton book that was written because of the show. So this is called Hamilton the Revolution. It has all the lyrics of the show in it, provides in-depth analysis of the structures of the music and the lyrics, as well as behind-the-scenes info from cast members. And it's a really neat way to kind of learn more about the show if you don't know too many of the lyrics yet. Side note, if you are watching Hamilton on Disney+, I highly recommend putting the closed captioning on. You catch so much more, no matter how many lyrics you already know. There's always something else you can kind of pick up on that you can put two and two together. I feel like every time I watch Hamilton, even though I'm familiar with it, I'm always picking up on some little nuance or something because it's so dense with so many different references, so many different creative things that Lin just packed into this show. This book is definitely a slower read. It's dense with a lot of information, so I highly recommend not rushing yourself to get through this book. Kind of take your time with it, kind of savor through, flip through things, and definitely something you want to revisit time and time again. I borrowed this from the library. I wanted to kind of absorb everything, and I picked it up on multiple occasions and was just so happy I took my time to really enjoy what this book had to offer. If you enjoy historical fiction that's like really well researched, based on factual events, then you definitely want to check out My Dear Hamilton. This is by two authors who've also written other historical fiction for the time period. I read their book about Jeffersons Daughter and it was phenomenal. It just made history come to life in a totally like new and transformative way. These authors, one of them is a U.S. naval historian, so you know that they know how to research their information and present it in a very exciting way. These authors make the history come alive and just make you want to keep reading page after page until you get through the whole story. So definitely check that out if you are interested. I'd be remiss if I didn't include the Hamilton piano book, which I played from earlier. I love that it includes so many songs. It's an awesome book. It's a really thick piano book. Not many shows have this many songs. I love revisiting time and time again and diving into different songs. Definitely check it out if you are in any way interested in playing the songs from Hamilton. One genre in particular that just exploded with stories about Hamilton and this time period that Hamilton lived in is the YA genre, also known as young adult. So these books are geared towards teens and 20-somethings, and it was really interesting just to see how many books started popping up to do with Hamilton and Eliza or their relationship, which of course is only one portion of what the show is about, since the show talks about Hamilton's life, his children, his politics, social life, and political life. One of the first books that I've seen from the YA genre that has to do with Hamilton is called Alex and Eliza. It explores this relationship that's only a small portion of the focus during the musical. So definitely check that out if you are interested. I know there are several more YA books, but since this is the first Hamilton YA book that I remember seeing published, this is the one I'm featuring today. Another genre that began to publish more Hamilton-era stories right after Hamilton kind of took off on stage in New York was the nonfiction genre. So these are primarily historical nonfiction stories that started to explore Hamilton and the different players, the different characters in his life, what was occurring during his lifetime. So these are just a few of the nonfiction books that seem to be really popular popular to zoom in on different parts of the story that Hamilton musical only references in small bits and pieces. Many historical nonfiction authors have published stories about Hamilton's life, his influence on the founding of America, and the central figures in Hamilton's life story. These include The Hamilton Affair, Hamilton and Peggy, and The Duel with the Devil, which focuses on that murder trial that's referenced in the finale of Act 1, Non-Stop. Aaron Burr and Hamilton worked on this murder trial, which was the first trial in the United States after declaring themselves their own independent nation. So it's interesting that all these books and more could kind of take what we're just kind of learning little snippets about and little bits and pieces of in the musical, because we only have so much time to have a musical production on stage. Hamilton's already long enough. How much more we can add to it to get even more details. So it's interesting to see how many historical nonfiction authors have even expanded this world that Lin has created on the stage to create an even broader scope of what Hamilton's life was like and what the foundation of America was like. So definitely check these out if you're interested. As you can tell, these books are only a sample of the wide scope of influence that Hamilton the musical has had on the publishing industry. The great thing about having so many books available on this topic is if you are interested in Hamilton the musical and you kind of want to learn more about different aspects of the story, their real lives, or just the character or fictionalized character portrayals of these characters of this story, there is something out there for everybody, which is really great. There's a lot to offer. So that wraps up our Hamilton books. If you enjoyed this video, definitely click that like button down below. And if you're interested in more books and musicals, definitely click on the subscribe button because I'm kind of getting my wheels turning for some more shows. I hope you found some new books to discover, and definitely add in the comments below if you know any more Hamilton themed books. And I hope that I will see you guys again in another video. Maybe, hopefully, you'll be back. Wink wink, nudge nudge. You get my reference? King George and Jonathan Groff Spit, which we're just gonna ignore because he's super talented. So whatever, just ignore the spit. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.